Hey y'all, Michelle Ramon. Good luck convincing someone that you care about them if they don't care about themselves. Like good luck, because if they if they cared about themselves, like for the right reasons, like if they had good communication skills, then you and them would be able to have a normal relationship or a normal friendship, whatever kind of ship it is, a situationship or friendship. Like if they didn't lack communication skills, or if they listened to what you're saying, you know. So a lot of people are just like, I guess they're not emotionally intelligent. Like if you have emotional intelligence where you could read things, or you're trying to like protect their job or whatever, like because it's a conflict of interest if you're with them, you're trying to protect their job. So you're not trying to hit on them. You have your own friends and you have your own thing. Like uh, if you really wanted something, like just if you just wanted a situationship, or if you just wanted a friendship, you already have all that. But the person that you might be trying to win over, if they lack, communication skills, or they're not listening to what you're saying, if they're not listening to you, like if you tell them, oh yeah, I have a couple exes that are bad, and they're just not listening, or you're just like, okay, well, whatever, you're emotionally intelligent enough to just move on. You're like, okay, whatever. It's like talking to a brick wall, so I'm gonna move on. So, and then they get mad at you for some reason, but it's like, yeah, but you never displayed anything, and we're both over here trying to protect your job. So it's, unless you're willing to meet with me on the down low or whatever, because I really like you. If they're not like, if they're just being oblivious, then it's not your fault. Whatever happens is not your fault. They left you on red. In other words, you got to be able to read the signals. If they're leaving you on red, then then move on. Just do your own thing. Like, hang out with your regular friends that you normally hang out with, or if you have good or bad friends, it doesn't matter. It's something to pass the time, that you don't have to waste your time with somebody trying to convince them that you care about them, because obviously it's not getting through. And then they're going to try to portray you as being crazy, or they're going to be critical, overly critical of you, because whatever they felt you should have been doing, but they didn't communicate that with you. It's like, okay, well, if you want me to be, you know, in your life, like if you want me to be someone special in your life, okay, don't you think you have to tell me this? Don't you think you have to communicate that? What am I, just like a mind reader? I'm just going to put everybody else on pause because you put me on pause? It's like, we really need to stop, accepting this type of behavior, and then they're going to place the blame game on you, like you did something wrong. Okay, like how you're it's like a lot of narcissism is out here, and it's sad that a lot of people are narcissistic. So there's women narcissists and men narcissists. So we just have to, like, if you're emotionally intelligent and they're not, then you're just going to keep bumping heads. And it's like you're trying to explain to them, like, okay, well, why was everything good in the beginning? Like, why didn't I blow up your phone in the beginning? Why was everything good? Because you're putting all this negativity in my head, like I'm crazy. So then you're going to make somebody act crazy. Okay, but then the normal people that you normally text, and they normally text you, it's normal. It's like, what's up, It's because they're communicating properly. These people don't know how to talk to you, and they're not listening to what you're saying. So it's just like, like my first husband, he's like, why beat a dead dog? Like, if it's dead, it's dead. Okay, like, just let it go. You cannot beat a dead dog because it's already dead, basically. And I know that's a really bad analogy. I'm so upset that they just found a pit bull in a cage dead over here, and I'm just like, this is so sad that people would leave animal cruelty like this to these dogs. It was a pit bull found on the news today, and I was just like, oh my God, this world is so sad that they would do that to the poor animal. Like take it to a shelter. Like, what is wrong with these people that would leave a dog in the heat like this to die? Anyway, I guess that's how some of these relationships are. Like, they're treating you like you're some kind of animal that they could put in a cage and leave you to die. It's like, no, I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna get water. I'm gonna get food. I'm gonna get drinks. I'm not, gonna be treated like an animal. I mean, sometimes you have to live, you know, badly if your circumstances are bad, if you're fighting family problems, if you're fighting secret haters, if you're fighting whatever it is you're fighting, whatever battle you're fighting, like your finances or whatever, and you don't have a family support system, then you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to sit on a shelf here. You could serve God because he's the only one that truly cares at the end, but if you're in the middle of the road, like you're in a valley and you're just like trying to survive at this point, and you have to like hang out with whoever you have to hang out with, you have to network, to be off the streets. You're not supposed to just put yourself on pause, like, and then what? Who's going to save you? Like, if somebody doesn't communicate that they like you, you have to move on. You have to move on. You have to be, it's just like that song, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Don't stop for nobody. It's a cute song. I don't know if you've heard it, but it's a cute song. It's like, ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Don't let nobody slow you down. If they want to run with you, that's fine. Or if they want to criticize you for not keeping up with them, okay, then you're on two different levels, because they're being critical when you're trying to better yourself. They should be more positive, like, oh, I'm glad you're keeping up with me. Like, they should be more positive, more proactive. If you're trying, if someone's trying, give them a freaking break. They're trying, okay? Because one day you're going to be trying and someone's going to be critical of you, and somebody's going to be like mishandling you for mishandling other people, because what goes around comes around. Jordan. No, I'm just kidding. My trainer. We had like a falling out, and it wasn't even my fault. I didn't do nothing to him. I was very professional, cordial, and then, I sent a drunk text one time and I apologized for it. So he didn't have to throw me under the bus and over dramatize it. And it's like, who sent you? CPS or something? Like, who sent you to come after me? Like, the government? Like, what is your problem? Like, you can talk to me about the picture. You can say it bothered you, and I could say I'm sorry, and then I won't do it again. But if you don't have any communication skills and you're just going to over dramatize it, then I'm going to over dramatize all the stuff that I didn't like about our conversations, about how you put me down when we were training together, about you can't even compliment a female who sends you a picture when she got a makeover, and you think you're taking it like she's hitting on you. And it's like, no, nobody's hitting on you. Like, if somebody like sexually abused you in your life, or somebody did something bad to you, I'm sorry, but that's not me. You're mistaking me with somebody else. Like, don't mistake me with any of your exes, because I'm not, I'm not doing nothing to you but being a good trainee. I'm a trainee. I'm training with you. That's it. That's where we draw the line, and you're making things seem like there's something else. And it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna act like we're in a relationship, then shit, I mean, it's not, we weren't in anything. We were just training together. It was just like, I was trying to protect the guy's job. I was not like saying all the negative stuff that he said to me when we were training together. So, everything, he should just keep it between us, like, instead of like trying to put me on blast at the gym and get me banned from the whole gym. So, over like a drunk or a high text, because I was in my feelings. I had this guy was trying to get me drunk to sleep with me at the time, and I shouldn't have fell for it, but it's like, oh well, so shit happens. But it is what it is. You can't really like read people's minds, or they can't read your minds. Like, I'm spiritually gifted. I have the gift of discernment, so I kind of can tell when when I can read them, like what they're feeling, or like if they're just on some weird stuff, like if I can't, I try to help them. I try to be there for them like a counselor. But because I have the Holy Ghost, I have spiritual gifts to counsel people because I have the Holy Ghost. So I try to like be there for my friends, whether it's in a professional setting or whether it's just a friendship setting outside, and I have to pray for them, or I have to say, let's go to church, let's do this, let's do that, like try to cheer people up or get them in better spirits. But that's what Christians do. They're kind of like counselors as well. But we need counseling too. It's like, we're not perfect, nobody's perfect. So nobody should be like trying to act holier than thou when in actuality you're holier than them. It's like, I normally don't send pictures like that. It was out of my character or whatever, because I was in my feelings because I had a crush on him, but I couldn't let him know that because we're in a professional setting, and I was trying to be professional and protect his job, and he didn't know that. So it's like, but then to make me the bad person and you're playing like you're a victim of something, okay, well, what are you a victim of? Because like, as far as I'm concerned, I got my feelings hurt just training with the guy because I already had liked him, and then I got my own life on top of that, and then I'm not, and I told the manager of him that I had a crush on him, and then we were talking about something, and I just started crying because it had bothered me what he said, that I couldn't train with him like he was making me feel like, because I'm actually athletic, but I've been out of shape, in my athletics. Like, I've been out of shape for a long time because I don't run like I used to run. I don't train like I used to train, and it kind of hurt my feelings. The truth hurts. Okay, yeah, I'm not as in good shape as you, but I also have medical problems. I'm on a breathing machine that I need to sleep with every night because it gives me more oxygen. I don't have the same amount of oxygen as other people, so like it's hard for me to do leg stuff. Like, I was telling him, I wish I could do the lunges. Like, I see people doing lunges really easily, and for me it's hard. It hurts. It hurts my legs. It's not easy for me to do lunges because I have less oxygen in my body when I don't have my machine. And I have to keep fighting to get a machine. And then the last people stole my breathing machine. They stole my breathing machine, basically. And I could have returned it to get a new one. And then they didn't want to give me a new one. They were putting me through hell, saying that I had to go get a new sleep research. And I might have to go sign up with Southwest Medical and get a whole new primary healthcare doctor if I don't get this breathing machine. Like, I just talked to the people yesterday that they sent me to a new carrier, and they're like, oh yeah, because of all the recalls, we're backed up on giving people machines. And I said, well, tell them to hurry up because I have severe sleep apnea. It's different. It's more severe. It's like a life or death thing. Like, I have to have it because my body doesn't it doesn't produce enough oxygen. I'm snoring, wake up with a dry mouth from snoring all night. So it's like, hurry up and give me this machine. Like, so people don't understand that if you have a disability and you're trying to work out for your health, and then they're making you depressed on top of that, it's like, look, I already have a disability. I already, know that I'm overweight. I already know that. I don't need to hear it from you. Like, you don't need to give me negative, whatever, negative just subliminals or whatever. Just people need positivity. That's all I'm saying. And then for them to just treat you like bad in the long run, just to ghost you or whatever, it's just like, okay, whatever, like, act like we were never friends, act like we were never trained together, and just act like you're such a victim. It's like, I don't think so. Okay, so anyway, like, share, and subscribe. I do try to give relationship advice, and I'm not a coach on that, but I have a lot of knowledge on that, just from me being in relationships. I have a lot of knowledge about self-love and codependency and what not to accept in any kind of relationship. Like, just, wash your hands of it. And it's like, if that person does eventually want to communicate with you, it's like, okay, well, we're starting from square one. We're not going to start back off where we were, because, you have to let them know, look, this is what you did to me to hurt my feelings. I'm really fragile right now because of the stuff that I'm going through, like non-family support. And if they can't understand that and they can't be there for you, then, they're too weak of a person to be in your life anyway. It's like, okay, well, go be with a fake or a plastic that doesn't have any problems, that doesn't come to you with any problems. Go get like a fake little Barbie doll. Go get one of those plastic, go get a robot that doesn't say anything. You don't have to listen to anybody's feelings. You don't have to get overly texted. None of that. Just go get like a robot and be on your merry way. Goodbye. Like, share, and subscribe. Michelle Ramon.